Well, today we are back here at the mass grave of the 50 plus people who were flooded out of Precious Blood Cemetery. And the reason we are here is because I believe I know one person who was here. And if you remember, the last time we were here, there was one person that sounded angry and didn't want us here. I might know who that is. It could be Michael Bartholome. I could be saying his last name wrong. Michael Bartholome, who shot and mortally wounded his wife and then ended his own life. I have a little bit of information here that I'm going to read to you, and then we're going to see if Michael is here and ask him if he regrets it, why he did it, and anything else that he might want to say, and anybody else who's here. So now I'm going to read this. Some of this is going to probably be disturbing to some of you. So put that warning out there. Mrs. Delima Bartholome passed away last night. She was shot by her husband. Doctors found that 6 bullets entered her body. Husband, who committed suicide, mentally unsound. He was buried yesterday in unhallowed ground. Mrs. Bartholome was taken to Woonsocket and died there. Her funeral will be held Monday. This is the newspaper article that I'm reading. Mrs. Delima Bartholome, who was shot at Millville, Mass. Monday evening by her husband, Michael Bartholome, died last night from the bullet wound inflicted by her crazed husband with murderous intent. The murderer, who after the shooting ended his own life with a bullet through his brain after bringing so this is, it's very hard to read, and the article's kind of halfway cut off, so I'm kind of having to read it. Okay, next page. He was, wait, hold on, sorry guys. Mrs. Bartholome, still unconscious, was conveyed last evening from the home of Thomas McLaughlin, where she was taken after the shooting, to the home of her daughter in Woonsocket. She received the best of care and attention, but passed at her daughter's home at 9:30, having been unable to speak a word or know anyone since she was shot. Several times when her name was spoken, Mrs. Bartholome would appear to be making an effort to open her eyes, but could not do so. She was aged 53, a native of Canada, and leaves 3 sons and 3 daughters. The woman passed in St. Anne's Parish in Woonsocket, where she had been an honored member for 12 years, having moved to Millville last spring. Man, that sun is right there. Always. push over. I have that equipment out. If it goes off, I want you guys to still be able to see it. But I don't want that sun right there. Alright. We'll fix that. Alright, where should say in Paris? Sodality in the Union of Prayer. What? She was a member of St. Anne's Sodality and Union of Prayer. Okay. That sun would choose to come out right now. It's been behind clouds all morning. Alright. We'll fix that. Or maybe I'll put it facing that way. But let's finish reading this. Now that the sun is not there. Where was I? Father Robert was at the bedside of Mrs. Bartholomew a short time before she passed away. The woman's death was caused by the shots she received in the back and in the head. One of these entered back of her ear and one penetrated her stomach. Dr. Melfin of Millville found that 6 shots had entered her body, 3 in the back, 1 in the left arm, 1 in the left shoulder, and 1 under the left ear. The shots in the arm and shoulder were ordinary shots, and it is thought that the missiles which entered the back were either slugs from the shotgun or revolver bullets. Mr. Bartholomew, who did the shooting, had been unstable mentally for some time, according to the statement of men who knew him. He had talked in a way that showed he was unjustly jealous of his wife, and in a manner that also indicated that he was brooding over fancied wrongs in relation to the property. At one time, when one of the houses owned by the family was sold and he obtained some money, he obtained passports to visit relatives in France, of which he was a native, and in Belgium. After he reached New York, he sold his tickets and came home. One of the families said that several times during the past few years, one of the family members said that several times during the past few years he had taken firearms from his remarks that he would do something serious. So they took the firearms. One of the family members took some firearms away from him because he thought he would do something with them before all this happened, years before this happened. The damage to the bedding in various rooms in the house by water and fire will not exceed $300. From further investigation, there is not much doubt that the man worked in the house a half or 3/4 of an hour after the shooting, saturating the bedding and other articles with kerosene and setting fire to them. And judging from the preparation he made, it would seem as if he had meditated upon one crime in the afternoon, and that when he picked up the gun from the closet, just as his wife and son had entered the yard and fired the murderous bullet at the woman, he was following a plan which had been turning over in his brain for some hours. So not only did he shoot his wife, he also shot at his son because his son was with his wife. What? The son, who was with his mother when the father started to shoot, stated yesterday that he ran from the house with his mother, and when the father with the gun was within 4 or 5 yards of both, he feared that he might be killed as well as his mother. He dropped her hand and ran away alone. He stated that his father also fired a shot at him, but didn't hit him. Yesterday morning, officers searched the house, which, with the furniture, was damaged several $100s worth by the fire of Wednesday night, and found half a pound of powder under the bed in the north parlor bedroom, the room in which the fire was first discovered. It was almost a miracle that this did not ignite and explode when the men were in the room putting out the fire. The gun with which the man did the shooting was also found in the room, covered with shavings. So not only, man, that story, not only did he, hopefully we'll be good, not only did he shoot and kill his wife, but he shot at his son, and he tried to blow up the house. I can't even fathom. Alright, that's the information I have. That was a bit more than I thought it was going to be. I did not read that full article before coming here. But let's see if we can get a hold of Michael and get some answers. Michael Bartholomew, if you're here, please come through. No, not even, I'm not asking. Michael, come through and speak to me. Because what you did was so wrong. I need answers as to why that was done. Say prison? You were not able to go to prison because you took the coward's way out. Michael, say your name. Why did you do the worst? Yeah, why did you do the worst? Why did you do that? Can you tell me what you did so I know it's you? Had enough. Had enough. You had enough. You had enough, so why didn't you just leave? You didn't have to do that. It said that you were, people believed that you were jealous of your wife. Is that true? Do you regret what you did? Why you said you were going to go visit around. You're around here? That's good. 'Cause I want to speak with you. You said that you were going to go visit family in France, but when you got to New York, you turned around and came home. Why did you do that? Why did you also shoot at your child? He said you run. Yes, they were both running. They were running from you. She Michael, tell me why you did it. What was going through your mind? Here? This just said around. Like this said it earlier. If you speak, I'll hear you. I'm hearing somebody. Michael, where is your final resting place? Where are you right now? He was moved. Okay. Like I said, he was moved. That's not what I was. That's not exactly what I was asking. But I'm glad we got confirmation about that. I want to know, is Michael up or is Michael down? He's down? That's what I thought. Honestly, that's what I thought. What were you jealous of, Michael? Let's say wife. Thought I heard wife. Waited. Waited. And this just said hell. This just said hell. That said the devil is here. Are we talking about Michael? Or are we talking... Did I say Michael? Thought I heard Michael. Can you tell me where Michael is again? Confirm it for me. Help? I'll help anybody. The devil has no power against the good spirits here. Spirit guides can also help. Michael, if you're here, I want you to set off a piece of equipment. And I'm not asking. I'm telling you to set off a piece of equipment. Yeah, I have a reason. I want to confirm that you're here. That's my reason. If you're man enough, do it. What was going through your mind, Michael, at that moment that you were sitting there waiting? What went through your mind? It did not. Yes, I did. It does not sound like he regrets anything, which that's making me even more mad. That he did this. He doesn't even regret it. Spirit guys, can we come through? People who need some help here.
Always the man.
Always the man.
Vote again.
What went through your mind, Michael, as you picked up that firearm? Why did you try to burn down the house after? The house? Why did you try and do that to the house? Were you trying to destroy the evidence? You heard what that said? You heard what that said? Helping? Right, so hopefully the spirit guides are here, helping spirits that needed the help. Is the help? What is the help that you need? Is it to get rid of Michael? Do you not want him here? Keep him? Okay. Did you? Chief?
Man.
Did you end your own life so you would not have to go to prison? Did you? Because you must have known that's where you were going. I heard what you said. Choosing to ignore it because you're not going to intimidate me.
No.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. This is different. Is Michael still here? Over there? Michael, do you have any final messages, Michael? Just so you know, Michael, you're very despicable. You're very I don't even know the word. I can't even think of the word.
Yeah, you know.
I can't think of the word I was trying to say.
What?
You're a very nasty person. I'll say that. I hope that that your wife is resting peacefully away from you, and she no longer has to worry about you. There's no record about where the record about where she was buried. I think it said it was lost in a fire, but it's presumed that she is buried with one of her daughters at Precious Blood Cemetery. So, at least in some kind of weird way, he got flushed out from that cemetery in the flood. He got put here, away from her. So, I don't know if that was like a blessing in disguise for her. Spirit, so I'm going to get going soon. Michael, tell me again where you are, Michael. Because wherever you came from, that's where you have to go back.
So,
I think it's like down. I can't believe what I read that you did. So wrong. So wrong. Look, I start talking about where are you, and we get this again. Demonic. We get that same type of response. All right, spirits. I want to get going. Michael, I'm not even gonna thank you. The rest of the spirits that are here, I thank you for your time if you were here with me. Michael, you're so nasty. You're too bad. I hope you live with what you did every day. And I hope it haunts you. And I know that might sound mean, but what you did was so wrong. And you couldn't even stand it after. Alright, Secret Squad. We are done here today. This one brought out a side of me. I was trying to hold it back. But what he did was so wrong. Just because he said the story said that he was presumably jealous of his wife and upset about financial things about the property, so he chose to do what he did. It's not an excuse. And then he couldn't even handle the aftermath that he had to end himself, so to not deal with it. That's a coward's way out. I'm sorry if I acted in a way that was not normal today. But you guys are still the best. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.